brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. We're starting off today here in the good old US of A with a 67-person free-for-all. We did pick out our spot here in the Pacific Northwest. Now, unfortunately, someone did pop in right after us, and their spot's actually a little bit better. They're facing more towards empty land and bots, where we're kind of caught in. So I'm actually going to move here at the last second, and we'll go ahead and start with our regular strategy, or our new regular strategy of kind of... Okay, well, that didn't go through, so we will just send on the next round. Now, just kind of looking at our surroundings, we do have a few neighbors here, but as we kind of zoom out, we do have a lot of neighbors. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is actually try and increase the sends and push out through these bots. There's a lot of bots in our immediate surrounding, but if we can push through them, and that's exactly what happened, let's continue feeding this. We're getting a lot more land than we normally would, so this is going to work out really well for us. It's giving us a lot. It's going to give us a lot more opportunity and good expansion patterns, as we're going to be touching a lot more bots that are weak rather than having to wait for a few bots to become weak. So that's worked out really well for us. Let's just continue to keep attacking. What is our strategy in this? Not a lot. We are just kind of at this point freely expanding. We're not trying to cut anybody off. And then we are keeping an eye, especially on Wadia and player 47. Those guys are both really weak neighbors for us. In fact, let's get a shot on player 47. He does get a lot of troops back, but maybe that will inspire somebody to attack him. Columbo, wow, Wadia, yeah. Columbo is telling me to attack Wadia. Wadia is very weak and has a ton of land. Surely someone wants to join in on this attack with me, but if not, I'm just gonna have to wait it out. It is not the best to anger two enemies, but that works out great. As Give Me Your Toes attacks, let's join in on Wadia, keep this battle up. Wadia full sends, that's huge for us as we were already attacking, so we get a ton of land. Now the red player is attacking Columbo. Columbo is very weak and is probably going to full send as well. That's exactly what happened, so let's join in on that. We get a little bit more land, working out really well. Now we are getting attacked by Yorkshire, so let's get some truce. Oh, here's another opportunity, player 47 full send, and we'll get some truces out here. Trucing with everybody. I don't want anyone to kind of landslide with Yorkshire into attacking me. So fortunately for us, everyone does accept that truce. So we can just kind of wait out and see what happens here. Now, interesting development is Justice Will Be Served is attacking CWB with about twice as many troops as CWB has. So if he keeps up this attack, I'm feeling like there's a good opportunity for a full send to occur. So let's keep an eye on that. If CWB is going to full send, we want to be the first ones there to grab as much land. And there it is, right there. Okay, so we get a lot of this land. Unfortunately for us, Give Me Your Toes was also ready. Fun name. So that worked out really well for us. And now we can kind of just sit back and wait to see what develops next. So we will just kind of do that, build up our troops, and we'll come back when we have some options. Okay, we are back. We're hitting about our 1%. I'm trying to stir some drama, asking everyone to attack each other. Now, ask the red player to attack the blue player to attack red. Nobody seems to be engaged. I will take a truce with Yorkshire. I have no interest in going into him. Again, we will have none of the land. Maybe Give Me Your Toes would be interesting. Going to Justice Will Be Served. Not necessarily the best target for us. I'd much rather attack the red player, but if anything, this will be pretty well. But Give Me Your Toes says yes, so we're going to join in on this attack and start it up and just kind of see. And he immediately full sends us. That's a little bit unfortunate. So we'll get a little bit of the land out of this. We will be touching borders with another weak player in Meh. But that may work out for us. Give Me Your Toes might be a nice ally, and he's attacking Matt right away, so he's kind of a mind raider. Let's sit back here. We don't necessarily need to join in the fight. We might be able to take advantage of yet another full send. So let's see if Matt's going to do this. I'm not going to accept his truce. I do not want to set up that false expectation that I'm going to help him, because then he might full send us out of anger. So we will probably get an attack in on him just to maintain a little bit of borders. He's given the white flag, so we don't actually need to. Let's join in the fight right now. That worked out huge for us as he full sends Give Me Your Toes. We're getting a lot of land, and we'll be able to touch another great target and void Poland. So let's see what we can do here. Give Me Your Toes is actually proving to be quite the trusty person. Oh, Yorkshire is getting attacked. Let's go ahead and join in. He full sends somebody, but not nearly as much land as I would have liked. That's kind of why I was hesitant to attack him back in the first place. And so look, that's a huge crown right there. I was about to say, who's got like triple the amount of troops as everybody else? So unfortunately for us, he's going to be pretty strong, and we're going to have to get a lot of land here quickly to counter him and to be a threat to him. So let's go ahead and join in on Poland. Give Me Your Toes gave the first attack, so I'm more than happy to join in, not being the first. So let's just keep attacking here, making sure that we have a viable border. Now, I'd love to not get full. Okay, he full sends Give Me Your Toes. No, buddy, it's just not your game. You're getting full sent a lot. Yeah, I know, it's frustrating. But it worked out really well for us, and it's going to work out well for him as he's able to push into Zeus as well. So what is our next step? Well, I'm still holding on to a pretty good strength. I will take that truce. I don't really want to attack the red player. I don't really want to give a truce with signs. I'd actually like to go into signs, but okay. So Give Me Your Toes is in on signs. Let's go ahead and join in the fight ourselves. That's working out really well, and we can kind of just tag team this again. Now, I am a little bit worried about getting cut off at this peninsula and not being able to go into Mexico. That will really hinder our ability to grow. So I'm actually going to attack a little bit more than Give Me Your Toes just to ensure that I'm able to get around here. But unfortunately for us, it doesn't look like we're going to get a ton of land. But Give Me Your Toes is getting attacked. Wow, out of nowhere. Okay, and he full sent. Let's join in on that. Let's grab as much of this land as possible. That's absolutely huge for us. And yeah, that worked out really well as we're grabbing all of his land. Let's continue the attack here as Argentina is now our next biggest ally. Let's go ahead and accept a truce from him and build up. Oh my gosh, Argentina is very big. He has a lot of troops and we get full signed by signs. That's a little bit unfortunate. Argentina hasn't noticed though, so that's a positive. So we're able to get a little bit of land out of this. And he does finally notice, but we got a lot more than we were probably deserving to get. So Argentina is giving a attack sign, but it's not to us, so it might be about us. That's a little bit unfortunate. Hopefully our allies to the north that we've been very loyal to will not betray us in this moment of need. So we're just kind of sitting here waiting for something to develop. Argentina wants us to attack the blue player. I'm not honestly sure if I want to do that. That's a lot of commitment. And I'm a little bit afraid that that might turn against me as Argentina and the blue player might tag team along with the red player. So a lot of enemies here. He actually full sent though. He full sent the brown player. That's huge for us as we immediately cut off Argentina. He has no chance of getting into this land. Give a big heart to the blue player. That helps us out a lot. Argentina begins attacking the green player. We'll join in on that as Clown Empire also joins in. So now we've really cemented our place into a very healthy second place with actually the most amount of troops. So that worked out really well for us. Now, this is kind of an interesting position where Banana Ram full sent the crown. That's unfortunate for us. So now we need to start pushing into the crown. Hopefully we can start whittling him down, but everyone touches borders with the crown. We're not in a great position. Argentina is telling me to attack the crown. I like that, but you know what I like a little bit better? Maybe a little bit of consolidation. If you look at our pixel count, the crown has 134,000. We have 102. So we can really level the playing field by attacking this red player. So that's what we're going to do. And it does break my heart to do this, brother, but we do need your land. It's not going to give us the crown by any means. And he does give us a thumbs up. I think he understands. He full sends us. No hard feelings there as we do grab the rest of his land. So this should put us a little bit more in striking distance of taking the crown away. So we will just kind of sit here patiently waiting for something to develop. Now, the Clown Empire does want a truce. We will definitely take that. And just be patient here. Let's build up a little bit more and then we'll begin our attack on the brown player. We just want to get to the maximum amount of troops before we do this, as everyone else is kind of sitting on max troops. So as soon as we have a little bit more, we'll begin the attack. And they are voting for truce. But, oh my gosh, Argentina actually full sent. That's huge for us as we get all of his land. And now we take the crown with the most amount of troops. So let's just finish him off there. And what do we need to do now? Well, actually, we're actually in, actually, we're in a lot of danger right now. If you look at the pixel count between Clown Empire and the brown player, they have about 200,000. We have 182. Now, technically, the Clown Empire is our ally. But if I was a betting man, I would say that the Clown Empire is about to betray us. So let's keep pushing down this brown player so that we can slowly whittle down his troops and make him less of a threat, while also maintaining. Okay, Clown Empire did attack us. That was to be expected. So let's keep up the pressure on the brown player. And what is my strategy for winning this? Well, number one, we want to make sure to keep a very high troop count. The reason for that being is whenever they do attacks, because they have less troops, they're going to be having to spend more troops to gain less land. You look at that attack Clown Empire just did, it basically doesn't even move the borders. So we will just keep attack. Now, while that is happening, we are attacking the one player, the second strongest player, so he does not have time to build up and start counterattacking us. Now, if you look at the pixel count, we've actually slightly gone down. We started this engagement at about 188. We're there now, but what's happening in reality is we're just trading land between the brown player to the blue player. Now, our goal is not to take land at this point. That will come. We just want to knock one of these players out of the game. If we can do that, then we're going to win the game. So let's continue on with the second strongest player. Start whittling him down, making sure again to keep a very high troop count. He's already down to 10 million troops. We got him briefly below that into the 9 million. So keeping up the pressure here is going to do wonders. Now, this is a very time-sensitive game. We could still lose this very easily as Cloud Empire has gained a ton of land. They are both at 10 or 100,000 pixels. So we are maintaining a good amount of troops. We just need to keep up the pressure on the brown player as he's really feeling it. Let's give a boat over here. Let's just kind of wait a second to get up to about 20 million again, because Clown Empire is going really ham. I think he's sensing the moment that is slipping away from them, as now we are slowly starting to gain more pixels than we have lost. This is working out really well for us as the brown player is down to 9 million and down to 8. So let's keep up the pressure here. He full sends us. That's huge. That's absolutely huge for us. And now we get all of his land. And now the Clown Empire is in a bad spot. We have more pixels, more troops. Let's give a big attack right now. Really close the gap and encapsulate him. He goes up pretty high in his troops, so he's about 5 million. We're at 7. Let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit so we do not over attack, and throw the game. No need for that to happen here, as we will have the troops in just a brief moment. I'm going to wait till we get about 20 million, and then we'll start the attack. Just want to have kind of somewhere in the neighborhood of about double his troops. And with that, holy cow, what a game. Now, some will say, you know, you got really lucky in this game. Absolutely. 100%. This game has a high level of luck, but I will also say you can put yourself in a great position to get lucky, and that's what we did at every step of this game. And lucky we did get by being in those positions. As we finish up this game with the Clown Empire, he full sends us. So with that being said, I just want to say GG's to all involved, and thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up. Really helps me out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put out videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.